So if you've been guided to this message, then you definitely have reached a point. You've reached a point in your journey where you realize the worry is useless. And not only is it useless, worry and anxiety and just the mind noise and the mind attempts to control things are detrimental at this point, because they lead you down old paths, because they lead you back into old patterns, and you're just done with that. So if you are guided to this message, you're in a place where you're like, okay, I'm done worrying. I'm done participating in this cycle that my mind wants me to go through again and again and again about problems. And this is what my mind tries to do every time it wants to solve a problem, and it just leads me down the same painful road, and I'm done with that. So you've hit that wall, you're done with it, you're ready to move forward. So then it's like, well, now what? Well, the now what part is, now you're going to take action, not by coming from your mind, not by coming from that place of like, okay, I'm going to figure out how to solve this, or I got to keep searching and searching in this database of my mind that only knows stuff from the past, or worries about, what it projects to be the future that it does not know. But I'm going to draw my information from my guides, from my guidance, from my higher self, from the divine. And I'm no longer going to go on this hamster wheel of what my mind thinks it knows or is afraid is going to happen. That's awesome. So it's like, now what? Okay, so now is the really powerful, exciting time where you're going to turn everything over to your guides, knowing that you'll be guided in the action that you are intended to take, that they, from that higher perspective, are telling you to take, and that you're going to hear that clearly, that guidance, because you're not going to hear this blah, 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 blah from the mind anymore. You're not going to hear that buzzing from the mind that drowns out all the guidance. You're going to hear that guidance because you are handing over the problems, the questions, the worries, the concerns, the situations, the relationships, over to the divine, over to your guides. You're handing it over completely and fully. When you do that, and you'll do that by saying, first, thank you, God, the universe, the divine, my higher self, however you connect to that divine essence. Just thank you to the divine and all my guides and angels, my higher self, those who are on the other side helping me. Thank you that you are right now showing me what I need to see, that you're bringing in all the right people and situations, and everything that you're bringing in is for my greatest good and highest purpose, that even when there's difficulty and pain, which there still will be, you are bringing me the solutions and the ways out, that you're helping me. And fully aligning with and declaring that. I like to write it down, like have it in my phone, have it where I can look at it, and start every day looking at those affirmations. Thank you that today, guides and God, you're bringing in the people I need to connect with, the situations that I need to see, the resolutions to any problems, the specific things that I need help with. Thank you that you are actively bringing that in today. I'm going ahead and declaring that. I'm handing everything over to my guides. And I recognize that my whole job is to watch for the guidance that you're giving me. This is what you're going to say every morning, and then several times throughout the day, little reminders. When you hand it over and you say, thank you that you're on this, guides, thank you that you're showing me the solutions and the way, then your mind, like a little habit, just like any habit you're breaking, just like any addiction, your mind is going to go, time to worry about that thing. Oh, I had a thought, I had a conversation, I saw something, and it reminds me I need to worry about that thing. Okay. But then you're going to remind yourself, wait, I already turned it over. I already handed that thing over. So I'm no longer worrying about it. That's no longer what my mind is going to be doing. So when you remind yourself of that, you're going to go, brain, mind, can't do that. We already handed it over. What can we do that's going to be in alignment with what we said when we handed it over? So if it's pray, if it's say, guides, could you please give me a sign that you're on this? Could you please, I'm struggling with this. Please show me that this is being handled in any way that you will. Please show me. You will find that. You'll get a text about it. You'll see something. You'll have a thought. Something will assure you it's being handled. Or you'll see a new opportunity, or something will happen. Sometimes you have to have a little patience with the timing, but it will. Then you want to give your mind something else to focus on. So whether it's, hey, let's do this thing that feels good. I'm gonna listen to this music I like. I'm going to, read this book. Anything to make your mind let go of the worry, because the worry and the thought cycle about the thing really gets in the way and sometimes kind of cancels out the help that is coming in. It really slows things down. It really does. And that's motivation enough, right? To make your mind do something new. And it is not about trying to force, your mind to stop thinking about something. It's about saying, okay, I'm a human being and this thing's important to me. And these thoughts are going to come up. And I have been conditioned to think that I'm being responsible and that I'm doing the right thing by thinking about these things. But I am going to retrain my brain to look for and to quiet down for the ways that the guidance is coming in, rather than to go through the old cycles of the past or project into the future it doesn't know, and give all this unhelpful hysteria and worry to the situation, angsting. Okay, so giving that mind something more productive to do. I like to go back and read those affirmations and say, this is my reality. This is what's happening. And then add a prayer or add some meditation or do something really high vibration. I'm gonna go and do something that really feels good, or talk to somebody that makes me feel good, because I'm going to bolster that energy of handing things over with my high vibration. And if you can't always get there, that's fine. But at the very minimum, saying, I refuse to worry. Or you can even talk to your guides about the worry. You can say, you know what, I really want to let you have this one and I don't want to get in the way, but my mind keeps worrying. I'm afraid, I'm scared, I'm freaked out about it. Just talk to your guides about it, because they will be there to help you in ways that are very unique to you and your guides. And, just be open. That's really the key, being open to the ways that you're being helped. And to be open, you have to be in alignment and agree that you're being helped. So that's the, all things are happening for my good. And it's responding to life, in a way that is not just bracing out of fear. Because we all know, as living beings and as going through our daily lives and as adults, who have been through some stuff and seen some stuff, we know that there's going to be more stuff that hurts. There's going to be more pain. There's going to be more difficult situations. They're just going to happen. They're part of this life. They're part of this path. So what we can tend to do, what the ego wants us to do, is get in this place of bracing, of like, all right, it's like when somebody's driving with their hands like this and they're just like, and they are a terrible driver because of that. Even though they're just technically trying to be careful, they're really a hazard. When you see them like, I'm not going to cause it, that's horrible driving. You have to be relaxed to drive. You have to be paying attention to your intuition to drive. You have to be having confidence to drive. And it's all the same things in our daily lives. If we go about the day in that fear and bracing energy of like, I just want to avoid all the bad, it's going to cause bigger problems, because the divine is going to be there going, oh, we really want to get them to a place where they can receive and relax. So we got to let them go through this. But if you start that day going, you know what? I know there, just like you do in driving, I know there's stuff that's dangerous out there, that I know there's scary stuff out there. I know something might even happen. But I'm going to be confident, I'm going to come from a relaxed place, and I'm just going to respond the best I am guided to do in every moment, just like you do on the road. Somebody could pull out in front of you at any moment, but you trust your ability to respond and not react and not be like, that freaked out driver. That's what you're doing in your life. And your confidence is coming from not just you and your abilities and your past and what you think will happen, but your guides and your connection to the divine that you've already been shown how to trust, because you've already been shown that that connection is there in so many ways. Because if this message resonates with you, you've already been shown by the divine and your guides enough miracles and help and guidance to know that they're with you. It's just a matter of staying in agreement with that and knowing that that's always the case. It's not sometimes the case. It's not the case just when you're doing a good job or just when, you know, everything's going right. It's the case always. And it's trusting that and knowing that that will carry us through any difficulty, through any pain, through anything that comes. That is what is actually going to make things easier overall. That is what's actually going to make the journey more rich and fulfilling and enable you to live from that higher incarnation of your self, of your true essence. Okay. So it's about turning over, releasing the specific things, writing those affirmations, going back to them, saying this is what's happening. And then every time the thought comes back to that thing, saying, oh, you know, I would normally be worrying right now. I would normally be telling myself this story that doesn't serve me, but I have turned it over. So now I'm going to go back to that affirmation. Now I'm going to ask them for a confirmation. Now I'm going to participate in being open to what I'm being shown about this thing, okay? So we're just going to see what angel message our guides have for us today. This is the Angel Tarot. And I'm just going to ask for any message you would like for this group to have now. Okay, it's the Two of Earth. And this is talking about this transition we're making. It's so beautifully talking about that because the Two of Earth, it's like the Two of Pentacles. And it talks about the need to put down the old way to really seize and enjoy the new life. Okay, so this is very practical. It's saying, you know, that old way of the I solve problems by worrying about them. I am going to just flail my way through this until I get to something that works. That is not going to be the way that you live anymore. So it's putting down that old pentacle and putting it down completely with practice, you know, not all at once, but with practice. And really knowing that you are supported in that you are receiving everything that you need in that. And just really, really trusting that the resources you need are being brought in, that the support you need is being brought in, that the right people are being brought in. And that anything you do have to face or deal with, you have all of that support with. You're not doing it alone, okay? So that's the difference. It's not like being in touch with your guidance, you know, suddenly makes life not have difficulty or pain. I think that's what a lot of us think. I know it's what I thought for a while is going to happen, but it doesn't mean that. It means that you have more access to help and to divine knowing and to things that really truly support you in all those difficulties, so that you can learn the things we're meant to learn from them, receive the gifts that we're meant to receive from them, because it's not supposed to be just, you know, a lot of hard stuff for nothing. That's not what life is intended to be. So right now, I could say for this group drawn to this message, things are going to start changing quickly. Things are going to start moving forward very quickly because we have the Knight of Air here. This is events moving very quickly. Now that you have this clarity, now that you have this, you're opening up your own access to all the support that's there for you. Things are going to change very rapidly. And things that you've been waiting for are going to come into fruition. This is the Seven of Earth. This is about reaping the harvest. So get ready, because now that you are in alignment and receiving the guidance, you can receive the gifts. You know, it's not all about just dealing with the hard stuff. It's also about receiving gifts that you really were not able to have access before because of that mind closedness. Okay. Yes, so be confident in that. We have the King of Air. Be confident. This is about making sure that your mind and your heart are balanced, that you can come from a new place in your mind that is authoritative that is able to make decisions with clarity, but making sure that you are being confident but not rigid, meaning you know that the decisions you're making are in alignment with your guidance. So you're not always going to feel that mental thing we're used to of like, oh, I know that, you know, this is right from an earthly point of view, and that you're not going to feel that kind of it's going to be much more inner confidence rather than external validation is what I'm trying to say. And then again, we have affirmation that things are going to be changing very quickly. The Chariot is about quick, fast movement forward. Here in this deck, it's Archangel Metatron. It's about making sure that you are coming from a place of inner confidence as you move forward. And even though you may not get the external validation, you will find that others are responding to you, that others are going, oh, wow, they seem to know what they're doing. And you're going to influence others. Even though you may not get the, oh, that looks like a great idea, you're going to have people going, wow, okay, I think I want that kind of confidence. I want to do like what they're doing. And you're going to be an example. And so I hope this helps you at this point in your journey. I hope you'll let me know how it resonates. And thank you to the guides for sending this through. It was amazing to experience with you. So we'll talk soon.